Hello and welcome. This will be a reading for Capricorn for March 2023. Welcome to the table, Capricorn. I have pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again for you. I'm an intuitive reader and I read in real time. The flowers are from my garden. They're beautiful. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. And the crystals have been in their salt bath, so everything is clean on the table. I have put protection on the table. I've used the gong to clear the space, and I've asked for protection on myself and for you. Now I'm going to pass on something that's a little bit interesting, something that hasn't happened to me before. During my invocations and protection requests to the elders of this land. Now I'm in Australia, so you know that there are Aboriginal elders on this land who've been here for many thousands of years. As I was putting that blessing down for them, I was given a symbol of an animal that I'm going to pass on to you because I felt that it was important. It was a saltwater crocodile. Now, as you know, the saltwater crocodiles in Australia are enormous. This was a saltwater crocodile in a river in northern part of Australia. Now there in the northern part of Australia, the crocodiles have free roam in these wild and native rivers, and there's very little damage to the habitat in those regions. This saltwater particular crocodile was very large. So I think the message I need to pass on to you, Capricorn, is maybe this is relevant to you. Saltwater crocodiles are stealthy. They're very huge. They're weighty. They're hunters. They wait their time. They spot. They go under the water and only their eyes protrude out of the water. They wait for an opportunity. When they strike, they are ferocious. They protect their young. They lay their eggs and protect their young. So I think somehow I needed to pass this on to you. They live a very long time. They're loners, but they're strong. They're determined. They're hunters. They're opportunistic. They nurture their young well. They're very territorial too of their water. So I don't know what relevance this has to you, Capricorn. I just felt the need to pass that on. The image was very, very strong, and I guess you can take what you will from that message. Okay, let's start the reading. Okay, I use a 10-card spread, so 5 cards along the top row and 5 cards along the bottom row. I talk about each one of those cards as they come out, and then I overlay them with the second deck of cards, and I talk about those as well as they come out. And I try and collate the reading as I'm moving through. Occasionally I can't do that, and I may need clarification from a third deck of cards. I try and avoid using a third deck if I can, because it just makes the reading too long. Okay, let's start this reading. 9 of Wands in reverse is the first card out. Page of Pentacles in the upright position. Third card out is the 7 of Wands in the upright position. The Knight of Swords in reverse. And the 2 of Wands in reverse. On the bottom row we have 6 of Cups in the upright position. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright position. 3 of Cups in the reverse position. 7 of Pentacles in the upright position, and the 9 of Cups in the upright position. I'm going to show you the bottom of the deck. Okay, that looks like the 6 of Wands. Yes, it is. So I'll leave that there for you. Okay. All right, now I'll talk to you about each one of these cards. So in this case, we have got the 9 of Wands. So you know, this normally talks about someone who's getting tired after struggling their way through a project. If you've been struggling your way through something, there's this natural fatigue, there's this boredom, there's this lack of a will to keep going, but you do need to keep going. You've only got a little way to go. You know, it can be sometimes a little bit difficult to finish what you need to do, but you do need to try and struggle through. Even if at the moment you just feel like you can't go on, take that little break. Just pause, even for a day. It can just make such a difference. Sometimes you can regroup your strength. Some days the energy is just low. Got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is this youthful energy. Youthful energy of hoping to start something new that will bring you some extra money. Perhaps you're thinking about a new job. Perhaps you're thinking about how can I find an extra source of income. So, you know, you can see all the activity is in their head. This is, the energy is quite red around their head. So very much a youthful energy, somebody who's perhaps thinking about making an investment or spending some money. And the call here is for you to use that decision making when you're talking about finances, to do that wisely, because once you've spent the money, you can't spend it a second time. So that energy is there. Okay, you have got the Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is defensiveness. Somehow you've got a bit of a battle going, or a little bit of a struggle. Now this could be an internal struggle. It could also be an external struggle, something like at work, where you need to defend your territory at work, and that happens frequently in the workplace, where people try and encroach on your patch. Perhaps you have a nice job and somebody either would prefer to work for your boss, or they prefer to have your job, or they just want your slice of the income, and that could be somebody trying to hustle in or muscle in onto your territory. So if you do need to stand your ground, by all means stand your ground. Take the high moral position. No need to slink to the bottom here like the rest of the people and act stealthily, although, mind you, the reason that the crocodile came to you, the crocodile is extremely stealthy, so take what you will from that one. Got the Knight of Swords in reverse. So the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords traditionally is somebody in haste. Now this can be, you know, using your intellect, making a breakthrough, knowing what's right and knowing what's wrong, charging ahead. So somebody who can rush forward once they know the truth. What the card is saying to you in reverse is perhaps don't be in a great deal of haste before you either say something or write something down. Okay, so if you are doing a document of some sort, go over it twice, because there may be something you've missed. Before you speak, just have a little bit of a think about it, because I just get the feeling here there's a little patch of red here. If you speak the wrong words, it might come back and burn you. That's just what I'm getting there. Not too much haste, I suggest for you, Capricorn. Okay. There's the old thing of talking about strike while the iron's hot, but in this case, just have just a brief pause, because this is rashness. This is too much haste. Okay, it does look like you would like to broaden your horizons and step out into the world and move on, perhaps from where you are. Perhaps you'd like to relocate, perhaps you'd like to change your home, perhaps you'd like to change your job. Perhaps you would just like to venture somewhere new. Okay, now you are considering, you're at this point here, you're at this little crossroad here. You're at this little crossroad. Will I step forward? Will I make that next step? Am I prepared to put the things behind me that I need to put behind me? So this is the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is making that decision. You've actually already come quite a long way. It's just that choice, that dilemma. It's quite a positive card. As you can see, you are well dressed for action. You've got your cloak, you've got your hat, you've got your boots, you've got your globe in front of you, just making a decision about what direction you're going to go and what you'd like to do. It's in the reverse. So I suggest, again, before you do anything, just consider it twice. And that's because it's the two, consider it twice. Okay, don't be rash. Okay, you've got the Six of Cups. This is a beautiful energy. This is childlike. This is youthful. This is innocence. This is purity. This is like children playing games, the delight that children have in doing something new for the first time, the way their little eyes sparkle when they see something they've never seen before. This is this innocent. This can be a youthful energy, this can be a reminiscing energy, and this can also be just the delight of watching children playing. But you could also be remembering something, okay? Got the Wheel of Fortune. This is a beautiful energy, Capricorn. This is the divine cosmos giving you a little push. So this is lovely. So it's right above the page of or below the page of Pentacles. So it is possible, if you're considering a new job or a new venture, some sort of a new venture that's perhaps got to do with your material world and your finances. The cosmos is below that, so perhaps it's possible that the cosmos will give you that little push. Here you've got the Three of Cups in reverse. So the Three of Cups traditionally is associated with gatherings with your friends, having good times with your friends. This is parties and celebrations, just relaxing with your friends, enjoying good company, okay? It's underneath this Seven of Wands. So I'm not quite sure whether this defensive behaviour has got to do with your friends. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just mentioning that they may be connected. Maybe somebody's overstepped the mark. That's possible, but this is in reverse. So perhaps either you're not spending sufficient time with your friends, or perhaps you've had some let's say, establishing territory with your friends, or not necessarily squabbles, but a little bit of out of sorts with your friends is what I'll use the words. Perhaps something's happened that you're slightly out of sorts with your friends. Got the Seven of Pentacles. Now, traditionally, the Seven of Pentacles would be associated with taking a little rest from your hard work. Having earned that money, you can see he's got 6 pentacles on one side and 1 pentacle between his legs. He's considering whether he should continue doing what he's doing. Will I keep on doing the same job I've always done? Will I take that 1 pentacle? Will I invest it? Will I buy something? Will I take the whole lot and buy something? But then I'm at risk of only having 1 pentacle left. These are decisions you need to make. So it looks like you're at some sort of a juncture in your life where you're considering whether you wish to continue going in the same direction, or whether you would actually like to perhaps change the course of your job. If you say doing one particular type of work, that you may actually consider doing something completely different. Or, as I said, you could be considering investments. Don't be rash. Okay, it's underneath this haste card. This person is taking time to stand and consider. Okay, he's leaning on the staff. That means he's actually taken a break. This one is charging ahead, and because it's in the reverse position, I am saying to you, don't be rash. Okay, be careful. You think things through. Sometimes you can't always come back from a decision you've made. Particularly if you hand in your notice for a job, you know, you may rush off to one other job and then sort of realise that you haven't quite considered everything properly. But you do have the Nine of Cups. So Nine of Cups traditionally is about your wishes coming true, having everything that you could wish for. And that's under this reverse Two of Wands. Again, because this is in the reverse, I would say, you know, think twice. Everything you wish for is possible, but just definitely it's urging you here to slow down just that little bit, okay? Just this energy at the end is urging you to slow down. Now you've got the Six of Wands here, which is the victory card. So this is normally about accolades and recognition, people applauding the work you've done, not being taken for granted. This is when you're actually being appreciated. So somewhere along the line, someone is appreciating what you've done or who you are, which is lovely energy. So that's really good. Okay, let's move on now and we'll clarify these cards. So this will be another layer over the top. Again, these cards have been well shuffled. Now these cards are quite dark. This is Dancing in the Dark Tarot. They look dark. Don't be put off by the dark imagery. It's where the light shines that it's trying to draw your attention to to look at where the light is shining on the cards. Okay, you've come out. I'm taking him. I'm going to put him here. So this is the Page of Wands. Okay, it came out in reverse. So Page of Wands. So I'll pop that there because he's come out. Have a look. So again, that's a youthful energy, a new project perhaps. Let's have a look. Let's clarify this Nine of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, we've got the Seven of Pentacles again. Okay, so definitely it seems like you're definitely quite tired of doing something. You actually feel like you haven't got much more to give. I don't know whether you need to finish this project that you've been working on or whether you just can't face it anymore, because this is the consideration of what will I do? Will I continue what I'm doing? So you've had that before, so you've got that twice now. And again, the imagery on both is similar, so there's nothing I need to add to that. There's nothing more popping out from the card. And it is about your hard work. This isn't, as you can see in the very background, there are grapes underneath these pentacles. This is about the work that you have put in and showing gratitude and appreciation, recognizing how much hard work you've done. Okay, let's have a look at the Page of Pentacles. Okay, you have got Death. So Death here. So death represents an ending to something, an ending of a cycle. As you can see, there is a bright light here in the horizon, so that's a resurrection. Do not be put off by the dark card, as I said. Death comes in many forms. It comes to the end of a project. You see, it looks like you were working on a project of some sort. So in this case, it very much feels as though you no longer want to keep going with this project. No matter how long and how hard you've worked on this project, I think you've just run out of steam. You just don't feel like you've got the energy to keep going in the same direction. So, got Death there. So I do think perhaps that you are going to give up this project, whatever it is, maybe a job, the way you've earned your money perhaps. Death here on the card. So, and also this is right on top of this Page of Pentacles. Who's willing to step out and take a new opportunity, even if it means beginning again and starting at the bottom, okay? Which sometimes you do, particularly if you change a career path. You do start at the bottom. Let's have a look at the Seven of Wands. Maybe you'll meet some resistance. Rather interesting, and I don't often notice that, but I'll show you his shoes. Can you notice he's got two different shoes on? Okay. So, you know, he's just scrambled together, he's scratched together his clothing, and he's standing there in a position of defending himself. He's got no royal robes on. He's sort of really a young person or somebody who's new in that energy, putting in this defensive action. Okay, we'll take that. We've got the Lovers in reverse. So the Lovers is usually a union of some sort. It can be a couple, but it can also be a union of your subconscious and your conscious mind. It's in the reverse position. So I'll see if I can clarify that as we move along. Rather than getting too involved with the connection here, perhaps there's been a partner who is saying to you, but don't throw in this job. You know, you've done this all your life and this is our security and our bread and butter. Perhaps that's where this tussle is going on. And you're saying, yes, but I can't stand it anymore. I really want to do something different. I've always wanted to become a sailing instructor. And, you know, your partner might be saying, oh, come on, you know, look, how are you going to make any money doing that? But you say, this is what I've always wanted to do. So it could be that there's this tussle going on between you and your partner. All right, let's have a look at the Knight of Swords. Okay, not having quite the strength yet to make that decision or to go ahead. Thinking about it, gathering your strength. And again, this is gathering your inner strength. So this is similar to this energy here with the, pick them both up. So the Lovers can talk about the, the combination and the unification of your subconscious and your conscious mind. Strength is a little bit the same. It's kind of drawing down the energy from the cosmos. As you can see, there's a lemniscate here, drawing down the energy from the cosmos, making sure that you stand in your power, that you are fully in tune with what is best for you in the long term and for your highest good, as well as what you want to do here on the earth. So both of these cards, in a little way, this, as I say, this could be a bit of a tussle between a relationship, but it can equally be a mental tussle, but it doesn't reflect that, but it can be a tussle of trying to unify your subconscious and your conscious mind. And here you're called upon to gather your strength. It doesn't look quite like you've quite mustered up the strength to do that yet. Let's have a look at this Two of, and all the more reason not to go charging ahead, because unless you are absolutely in a state of conviction about doing what you want to do, particularly if it's a career change, then I would think twice about it, because when you have a career change that completely sends you off in a different direction, it needs to be a desire or a passion from deep within. Otherwise, it's very difficult to achieve. Let's have a look at this Two of Wands. But again, strength can be a passion, and this can be a passion. So, again, making sure that whatever you're thinking of is a passion. And this is in the reverse position here. This is the Page of Wands. So not necessarily the strongest energy, perhaps not well prepared. Let's have a look. Okay, well, here you've got the Two of Cups. So this is love. This is maybe a new partnership with somebody, perhaps going to find having a partner to do this journey with. This could be a romantic partner. This could also be a partner, say, for example, and I use the analogy of the sailing instructor, that you have a mate who is also a sailor and that you would like to form a team, that you are going to set up a business becoming sailing instructors. So it can be a partnership, but it can also be a romantic connection. It's on the Two as well, so this is talking about this, considering this connection, and here again it's coming up the second time round. This one is saying think twice about it, okay? Think twice about what you do. Let's have a look at this lovely Six of Cups, because that is a really beautiful energy. Oh, that rose just smells so wonderful. It's the afternoon, and the perfume of the rose is being released in the warmth of the afternoon. It's just wonderful. Okay, now you have the Five of Swords. So it's in the reverse position. So this could be self-sabotage, that you sabotage yourself before you've even started. You've talked yourself out of something. That's not always the best idea either. Sometimes it's good to allow that ideas of romance and creativity and wishful thinking to flow through your mind a little while just before you talk yourself out of it, particularly if you're exhausted from doing something else. It could mean that there's been some cranky words between you and someone else, and perhaps that person has said you're being childish. That is possible. That the reference here to sort of considering a new project, a partner has come in and said, oh, you're just being childish, you're being juvenile. And I guess what they're asking you to consider here too is the people in the background. So this can often be the card of winning at all costs, perhaps not giving enough consideration to the other person's opinion. Perhaps you need to dampen down the whole conversation and become very loving and childlike and gentle with each other. Let's have a look at this Wheel of Fortune. What have we got here? Let me just have a quick look. Okay, I think this is the King of Cups, but he's in the reverse position. So King of Cups in the reverse position can be somebody who's using emotional love as a manipulative tool, somebody who runs hot and cold, who says that they're loving and kind and gentle and passionate and I love you, but behind the scenes their actions don't demonstrate what their words are saying. There is a ship in this one. So I guess it's talking about the emotional waters. It could possibly be, again, a little bit like this Two of Wands over here. You know, that you had the Two of Wands here with perhaps the potential for travel. There's perhaps this consideration, wishing that you could travel, and might be a really great desire of yours. It's here on this Wheel of Fortune, so as long as you are not trying to manipulate the situation for your own end, then that's good, because manipulation will never bring you the best result. Later on, if you're trying to manipulate people, people's integrity feels violated, so it's not much point trying to manipulate someone. You may get your desires in the first instance, but later on I think you'll be ostracised, and the person will realise what you've done. The other person will realise what games you've been playing, even if they don't realise in the initial stages. And it's right next to this quite innocent energy as well. So because you've got this loving and childlike energy, this would be a real betrayal if you used manipulative energy on somebody who was trusting and loving and gentle and kind. That would be even more disreputable. The betrayal is always greater if somebody who has more power or aptitude over the person below, then the betrayal is greater somehow. Let's have a look at this Five of Cups. It's funny because this is quite joyful and this is quite joyful, but they're both in reverse. So there's, you know, this lovely dancing here that's going on between this couple. As you can see, this lovely intertwined dancing, harmonious dancing. This is harmonious as well, as you can see. It looks like there's a lack of harmony here somehow. So let's have a look at what this Three of Cups has got to say. Okay, we have got the Page of Swords. So this person's quite inquiring, quite knowledgeable, quick to learn, very quick-witted, very sharp with their words, cunning and wily, can probably talk their way out of anything. It's in the reverse position, so very much an action card. As you can see, this person is very active, seeking the truth, but perhaps wanting their own way. That could be the case too. So let's keep going. I'm only putting all the comments, the commentary out here for you. You need to discern what is relevant and what's not. Occasionally I may make a statement about one of the cards on the table that really just doesn't seem to apply to you. Just take what it does and, you know, leave the rest behind. Let's clarify this Seven of Pentacles. So this person, because it's got this youthful energy again, you know, and we were looking at this Page of Pentacles up here, who's probably considering, you know, a new job or a new opportunity. Again, this is that youthful energy, perhaps not being fully in the picture of the consequences. You know, that's something I can say. That can be, maybe you haven't analysed the situation properly. You need to analyse. So this is analysis. So make sure you analyse as well. Don't be, again, you've got this Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, both in reverse. So analyse carefully, okay? Be critical. Use your critical thinking skills. Let's have a look at the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, that one. Okay, again, we have got the Knight of Swords. This time in the upright position, it's pointing, the sword is pointing straight up. So this is the truth. It comes rushing in with the truth. So this is a statement, perhaps, as you can see. He's charging in there. perhaps you're making a statement, very quick statement. As again I say, it could be that you're charging in with the truth. I will tell you the truth. I'll come charging in. We'll check that out because this one's in reverse and this one's right next to it. So there's the progression here from the 11 to the 12. So this is much bigger movement, much stronger and a much more convincing position. The the Page of Swords, for example, this is somebody who doesn't probably have all the information they need. They're very hasty and very sharp and quick-witted and all of those things, but perhaps they don't have the full picture. This one has more of the full picture, but he is dressed in armour as well. So perhaps not taking no for an answer. That could be the case because he's got the armour on, so going to deflect any commentary that comes his way or any objections coming his way. It's rather interesting, you've got the Knight of Swords there in the reverse position and the Knight of Swords here in the upright position. So let's have a look at the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, who have we got here? Oh, this is the Emperor. This is the Emperor, a position of power and strength. Wow. Okay, your wish is coming true. Wow, okay. All right, so that makes this a completely different reading. So now here we get at the end. At the end, perhaps after this decision making, maybe a union between the two of you again, agreeing to go ahead with something. This is where as you can see, they're extending hands out to each other. Maybe agreeing to go ahead together. Again, this position of I'm getting what I wished for. Don't be smug about that in any way because, as I said, particularly if you've got somebody with softer energy into the union, you do need to be mindful that you don't run roughshod over their feelings and their emotions and also their rights. So this puts you in a very, very strong position. Okay, this is leadership qualities. This is strength. This is command. So this is actually a very, very strong position, which is quite lovely. So that means you've gathered all your strength, you've gathered all your faculties, you've gathered your intuition, you've put all the negative thoughts at rest, you've thought things through, you've analysed the situation, and that's where you've got this victory card. Okay, so then you have this victory card and you have this Emperor card. So in a very strong foundation to take off with these leadership skills, to be the absolute leader and a ruler. Don't be too rigid, okay? But again, a very, very strong position. So this card then will have disappeared because this is a youthful, young energy. This is a much more mature energy. I'll just have a look at the bottom of the deck, just so you can have a look. What have we got there? Okay, this is the Six of Cups again. So this is obviously making peace. I'd imagine this is making peace. This is restoring the balance between two innocent parties, perhaps two parties that actually do care for one another, who want to be gentle with one another. This is kindness and gentleness and compassion and all of those gentle qualities that you would expect, how you would treat a child. So if this is your partner, treat your partner as gently as a child. Perhaps this partner is quite a gentle and loving, soft sort of a person. So that card is reminding you that is perhaps the energy you need to use on this partner. And it could even be that you're extending an apology. Perhaps you've not counted a partner's thoughts and wishes so much into the equation as you're working things out. If so, extend an apology and be gentle and loving. But it does leave you in a beautiful, beautiful position. What a lovely outcome. Well done you, Capricorn. And as I said, bear in mind the crocodile. For some reason, that's actually the first time that's ever happened to me, that I got a very strong imagery. And that was associated when I was using the words Capricorn. So I suggest to you that the crocodile would be like an emperor. He's the king of his domain, and an emperor is certainly the king of whatever business he's ruling in. So Okay. And the crocodile also has that hard armor on the outside. He is an ace predator. An emperor is also kind of like an ace predator, an ace ruler, somebody who's hardened, wise, somebody who's experienced, okay, and collected all his knowledge. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed the reading very much, Capricorn. I don't think there's anything I need to clarify. Do thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye for now.